Hello, I'm green.
I'm purple.
Welcome to Green and Purple.
Hey, look. It's purple. See it? Right there.
No, it's blue.
No, no, on the left, on the engine side, it's purple.
I think that's kind of red, but I guess if you mix it with the blue that's already there, I guess it is purple.
Colors are also very subjective.
Especially whenever you're partially colorblind, like I am.
That's right, you are. You have troubles with green and orange, right?
Yep. So if you've been watching this entire series and you're like, man, why is his blob orange, but he keeps saying green? Well, we finally discovered the problem.
I need you to get that centrifuge operational. Refuel the main engine and fire it up so I can stabilize the ship's orbit.
So in this episode, we got to get the engine going again so we don't crash, and then after this, I believe we'll be going to the bridge.
Going to the bridge. Hey, you guys okay?
You alright? Hey man, you alright? Are you okay? Yes, okay.
Personal log.
We'll actually listen to this one, right? I feel like we haven't listened to any of them.
It's been 2 days since they pulled that planet open, since the captain died. The panic, the riots.
Okay, I don't care.
Good job keeping your word.
So this area, there's actually like 3 different paths, and we'll have to go down all of them eventually. I think one of them actually is closed off right now, because we'll come back here later in the game and do stuff. Because the thing is, in this game, one thing that's not super great is you actually have to go back to most of the areas at least once and do something else. So the second half of the game, it reuses a lot of stuff from the first half of the game.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hey. Yeah, he was gonna try and jump me. I've had the song "The Lion Sleeps Tonight" stuck in my head all day. And yes, it is very annoying. It's like not a horrible song, but it's not great whenever you're trying to concentrate on life. You know, all you hear is high-pitched voices in your head.
That happens to me a lot. Only it's like it's more video game music gets stuck in my head.
Do you ever get just phrases stuck in your head?
Phrases?
Like not music, just like a saying or something stuck in your head.
I don't think so. No. Why? What gets?
I get stuck in that stuff like that gets stuck in my head a lot. Like I remember, yeah, Henderson, he's crazy. The phrase "end of the road," you know, like it's kind of cliche, but you know, the hero meets up with the villain near the end of the game, and he goes "end of the road," you know, or "end of the line," stuff, something like that.
Yeah.
And that phrase, just "end of the line," "end of the road," was stuck in my head for like a week.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know. Leave a comment if this happens to you or if I'm just crazy.
You know, it probably has happened to me before.
Like, I don't have any phrase stuck in my head currently, but now that I say that, something's gonna get stuck in my head within like the next day probably. Trying to figure out where we go. Oh yeah, sweet.
I like how at the beginning you're just like, I'm gonna be using this all the time, and you
And then
actually
I get
haven't.
lost, and I'm just like, huh?
Teamwork. That's what we're doing.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I mean, not I mean, kind of. I mean, we're teamworking the commentary, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing, but you're here. You're still here helping me.
giving you moral support.
Morale. So Caleb,
Yes.
what's the best cartoon ever? Not anime cartoon.
Oh.
If I asked you favorite anime ever, we'd be here for like 20 minutes as you go through 20 different animes that you love.
Yes. Let's. I guess we should get this out of the way first of all. I believe the term a weeb. So like I'm like into.
Nah, I believe the correct term is dweeb.
I'm into like anime and I love anime and obviously video games a lot, so I would consider myself a bit of a weeb. So not anime, so like just cartoon shows.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo, SpongeBob, stuff like that.
Then yeah, I would probably say SpongeBob. The first 3 seasons in the movie.
Yeah, whenever it was really SpongeBob. Nothing against the newer seasons, but they suck.
I don't like them.
They don't have the same... Because SpongeBob, everyone, you know... I remember when it was on, I was like, oh, SpongeBob's so dumb, but it was actually pretty smart humor. I mean, there had some really good jokes in there, you know?
Like the, that one episode where SpongeBob is helping Sandy out with her hibernation plan, and like he gets fed up with it, and he's like, I am a man, and he holds up a razor blade.
Yeah, which I mean symbolizes manliness, you know. But I remember whenever I saw that episode as a kid, I didn't realize what it was. I was like, why is he holding up a tiny mailbox? Like, I didn't get it. I was so confused. I was like, what is this?
Oh, hey, buddy! Ooh, he did a fabulous pose. He was like, yes!
You gotta want it to get it.
Oh, you can tell it's late.
Yeah, it is pretty late.
Because I'm laughing like a fool.
Fooling like a laugh.
What? Shut up.
Give it a couple hours, you'll think that's hilarious.
Oh, shit's rumbling. That's not good.
Nah, it's fine. I mean, Caleb said he's really into anime, and I don't have anything against anime, but I just haven't watched a whole lot of anime. I've seen Cowboy Bebop, which I thought was excellent, and I've seen pretty much all of... I believe you pronounce his name Shinichiro Watanabe, but he's the guy that did Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo. More recently, he did Space Dandy. I've seen pretty much all of his stuff, and he's really good. And I've also seen a show called Bakano, which is really good.
Aha, not this time, buddy. Oh my goodness!
But I mean, Caleb has like an extensive list of anime he still hasn't watched that he's going to get to.
Yep.
So he's definitely into it a little more than I am.
Which, if you're wondering, yes, that is why, when I asked Austin, like, who plays more obscure games, he said me, because, I mean, we'll probably... I don't know, most of the games that I do play that are, you know, what we would say, obscure, I'm not really sure how I would be able to, like, LP them, just because of the style of what they are, and I don't know if it'll be enjoyable to watch.
I mean... That's really kind of the weird thing about picking games to commentate on, because, I don't know, it's just some games aren't fun to watch. I mean, maybe you're watching this episode and you're like, Dead Space is an awful game to commentate on. And, maybe we'll figure that out. But it really is just, because there's some games that are really fun to play that just aren't fun to watch.
Shut it, campers.
And, you know, don't really give you anything to talk about. But I think Gradius, Dead Space, Parasite Eve are all interesting games to watch and play. Because, I mean, whenever I'm watching you play Parasite Eve or playing Gradius, I'm still, you know, engaged in it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Same to you.
Thanks.
Why do you say it like that?
I don't know. I meant it. I wasn't trying to be a jerk about it. It did come off that way, didn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. That's fine. I say it's fine a lot.
I'm really sorry I totaled your car and killed your dog.
It's fine. I also say I'm kidding a lot. Even when it's very obvious that I'm kidding, I still like saying I'm kidding, because...
Just to be clear with everyone.
Yeah.
You're just a stand-up comedian after every... I'm kidding. You're like, we get it. You're a comedian.
Like, one game that, you know, I would love to Let's Play is a Disgaea game but there, you know, it's a strategy RPG game.
There's a lot of thinking to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of thinking. Like, you know, some of the stages you have to do a lot of planning and stuff like that, and so there's not a whole lot of action that goes on. So
Not a whole lot of this.
yeah, so as much as I love that game, I don't think it'll actually be that good of a game for me to let's play.
It's more of a game where you post videos like, oh, here's some tips and tricks on this stage of the game, you know?
Yeah.
It's not really like, oh, we're gonna play, see what happens this episode. This guy, 8. How many do they have now?
5.
5, not 8. Didn't I introduce you to Disgaea too?
Yes, you did.
And I haven't played Disgaea. It was one of the games that I was like, oh, I want to play Disgaea. And then you were like, I want to play Disgaea too.
And,
Disgaea as well, not Disgaea 2.
And I got into it a lot.
Yeah, I was it Christmas? I think it was either Christmas or your birthday, or whatever. I got you Disgaea 1 on the PS1.
Yep, and
I mean PS2.
And I played that game for hours.
And I was like, oh yeah, give him the best gifts.
Like, I don't even... Like, Disgaea 4, I don't even know how many days I've clocked into that game.
Whenever it starts measuring time in days, that's how you know you've put a lot of your life into it.
I really like those types of games.
And see, that's another, because earlier, you know, how I mentioned how it's important to play games that you wouldn't normally play. And I remember with Fire Emblem Awakening, I was like, I don't really like grid-based, you know, strategy RPGs. I've never played a Fire Emblem game before. And I was like, I'll just give it a shot, because I think what it was is they were doing it, I don't know, no. You better stop that.
You're not gonna make it in time?
I know.
Stop making out in here. You kids are too young for that. I see you, Jimmy.
You will get yours.
You are getting your butt whooping.
And what they was doing is, at the time, they were doing a promotion where if you got Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Fire Emblem, you got like $30 on the eShop. And I had already gotten Shin Megami Tensei 4 because, like I said before, I'm a big fan of the Persona series, so I naturally went on to the overarching Shin Megami Tensei series. And I really like Shin Megami Tensei, but I was like, I'll get Fire Emblem, that way I can get the credit, and, you know, maybe I might have a good time with it. And I really liked Fire Emblem Awakening. It's a good game. You've played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I even, like, I liked it so much, I told you, I was like, you need to play this game.
And I was like, okay.
And it's good, isn't it?
I am in love with Tharja. She's my favorite. Like, every time I play that game, I always pick her as my wife.
I'm gonna go with a different wife.
And I can't do it.
That's like me with BioShock. Every time I try, I'm like, I'm gonna not save the little sisters this playthrough. And I get to the first one, he's like, I'm like, I can't do it, man. Okie dokie. I'm gonna save here, and we will be back tomorrow, and we are going to go in through this door. Yeah, we'll go through here. Okay, bye everybody.
See ya.